everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley. If you guys are new and if you are a returning subscriber, I'm so glad that you guys are back for another video. All right, so today I am so excited to finally share our DIY, you good? DIY refinished barnwood table. I'm gonna be doing a whole separate video with the finished breakfast nook area, but we're still kind of sourcing the bench and the chairs, and I wanted to at least get this video up for you guys and kind of walk you through the process, because I know this is very popular right now as people refinishing furniture, and I kind of want to give you my 2 cents on it, tell you what worked, what didn't work, some of my favorite products for the process and all of that. But before we get started, I'd love to say thank you to Skillshare for partnering with me on this video. If you've never used Skillshare before, seriously, it is the best thing ever. It's one of my favorite things to do, especially when Kyle works late shift and I just am tired of watching Netflix. I like to do a class. They have things, I mean, sky's the limit on what you could learn. Everything from business, marketing, photography, design, drawing, painting, everything you want is on there. And it's all led by professionals in the industry. There's lots of famous people who have classes as well, like for interior design. Emily Henderson's one of my favorites over on Instagram, and she has her own course. Definitely check it out. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. Okay, so the table, wow, where do I begin? My cousin Erica, shout out to the Erica. She actually sent me the link on Facebook Marketplace. She knew we were looking for something a little old, a little crusty, needed a little work. Nothing too country though. I'm not huge on the country farmhouse style as a whole. I like pieces, tidbits, but not the whole shebang. I told her kind of what I wanted, and she found this really cool table about an hour away from us, and we actually were able to pick it up. Shout out to Jimmy for holding it for 2 weeks for us while we were in Jim Thorpe getting engaged, what? When we picked up the table, he was telling us that it was made from a, reclaimed, it was sourced from a barn, an Amish barn, and it's really, really old. I loved the shape of it because I love trestle tables and I love farmhouse tables, but sometimes you can go kind of too far in one direction. Like the trestle tables can be a little too clunky and we don't have a huge space, so I didn't want it to feel overpowering. And then an A-frame table can be a little weird, but this is a shaker style table and it has tapered legs, which just gives it a little more extra character. There's pegs or like metal nails, I guess, from where the shaker pieces meet, and it just gives it such an like extra detail. It's very like torn up and has lots of natural divots in it, and I love that. My mom has been refinishing furniture for the past few months, and she recommended Citrus Strip. So I forget why I didn't order it at first on Amazon. There wasn't like a seller, and we had a really hectic week, and I was trying to save time for like to not go to Lowe's, which didn't matter because I ended up going to Lowe's twice. This 2-minute paint stripper, and was like, all right, fingers crossed, hope for the best. Now the table was stained. I don't know how long ago. I don't know with what. And typically with furniture, you get like a nice varnish if you stain it properly and do a seal. So a lot of the blogs and videos I was watching looked like the stain and the top coat kind of come up almost as if you were chipping off nail polish. So I was like, all right, this won't be too bad. It's only a 5-foot table. And I had all of my supplies. I had my stripper. I had purchased metal putty spatulas, and we had a tarp. I was ready to go. I flipped the table on its side one evening and tested just the bottom. Be safe, right? Literally nothing happened. Nothing. It's already starting to lift this color up. That's amazing. Okay, then we're gonna scrape. So, all right. It's working. So I was like, all right. The next day I went and got Citrus Strip, Mineral Spirits After Wash, which is for getting residue off, plastic putty knives, more saran wrap, a drop cloth, sponges, 120 sandpaper and 220 sandpaper, and shop rags. The white fabric ones and then the blue kind of paper towel-like ones. Then one evening, Kyle helped me wrap the table in citrus strip. So we put down the drop cloth because with citrus strip, it kind of melts off and you're just shaving it off and it's just a mess. And we wanted to salvage our tarp. So we put a drop cloth over the tarp that we could just easily throw away. It's like $3, not expensive. It's like 10 by 20. It's a solid size. We started applying it with a paintbrush. That's the other thing. I bought a cheap paintbrush, like a $2 paintbrush. Do not get a Purdy brush for this project. Oh, and I picked up the splashless bleach. It's kind of gelatinous, so it's just safer to work with. Make sure you have chemical resistant gloves as well. And if you want to go the goggle route or mask route, you can do that too. All right, so we got the citrus strip. Kyle's helping me. We're gonna go brush and then wrap. Really glob it on there. And then we're gonna wrap it in saran wrap. Okay, so we started putting the citrus strip on. I think we probably needed it to go on heavier, and I think if we would have gone on thicker, it would have probably worked better for us. And then we wrapped it so that way we could let it sit for a couple hours. My mom said she let it sit overnight, and we probably should have done that too, but I was kind of concerned with it being in the garage. We had the windows open, that it would dry out, because you don't want it to dry out. That's why you wrap it in saran wrap. It just kind of keeps the moisture in and helps to penetrate better. So we left it on there for about 5 hours. I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, it's just gonna peel right off. Didn't peel right off. It did the exact opposite. Now, I don't think this is citrus strip's fault. I think it's the way that the wood was treated, and I think it's like how much we put on there. So I just think that stain was so beaten into the wood because it didn't have a coating on top of it. So it was just like in the wood, you know, it wasn't really sitting on top of the wood. So we started scraping. And it was tough. It was not a whole lot was happening. We started with the legs. We realized we were using the metal ones and it was like destroying the legs because we just weren't doing it correctly. We were very frustrated. So like 2 hours after trying to remove citrus strip, we got there and we started using the afterwash. We just, and it was way easier. It probably wouldn't have taken us this long if we started with the afterwash first, because I called my mom and I was like, what do we do? Help. And she was basically saying that her citrus strip worked really well, but she needed to do a couple rounds of this. And we were like, are you kidding me? So we doused some rags in the afterwash and got all the gunk of the citrus strip off as best as we could. And we were like, you know what? We did get something is coming up, because you could tell the goo was brown. So it was definitely breaking it up. So we actually started to just dump the 2-minute product on there and let it sit for a while, and it started to come up, and I was like, oh, it's working. So that was great, and it just required a lot of scraping to the point where you're kind of sanding it almost, like bringing up some of the wood, and it worked. So the next day I was like, all right, it's still really dark. Definitely moved some color. Let's just bleach it. So I think I've done 3 rounds of bleach so far, where I put that bleach on there and I let it sit. And then I put it out in the sun on Saturday, and it really, really helped the bleach do its thing. And I think I've got 1 more round of bleach, and then we're gonna sand it. And I'm so excited because it's looking good. I might do a lime wax on it as well if it's looking yellow, because it's kind of looking a little yellow right now, and possibly restain it. But right now I'm loving how it looks. So the next part of this video will probably be vlog style, because again, I'm filming this before the table's done. Here's the current state of the table. We're gonna do another sanding real quick, and maybe a little whitewash. I actually really like how much you can see the studs here coming through, and I'm hoping the top coat will really just kind of make everything stand out really well. I'm gonna use a little steel wool to get into some of these crevices that might still have some of the residue. And then this is the Minwax Color Wash, the whitewash. So we'll hopefully be able to get some of the yellow out with this. And then I have the water-based clear matte protective finish. But first we need to sand again. So you can already tell a difference where I did whitewash and it filled in the grooves so that it had a more cool toned look. You can see the difference where it didn't really get it here versus up here. And then I didn't do this leg yet, which is definitely warmer than this one. And I'm hoping it dries a little bit lighter, so we'll see. All right, so I did very little whitewash, just in some of the places that really pulled orange. But because of the nature of the stain on the wood, it kind of started to look a little too purpley blue. So I kind of chilled out. We've got pretty much two tones here. This is definitely warmer than this one. So I might try to cool this off just a little bit, but then we're gonna go in and apply the clear coat. But it looks very Arhaus, rustic, reclaimed, which is exactly what we wanted. So I'm pretty excited about how it turned out. You can see where we used some of the whitewash here, just for some variation. This is like a true art piece now because it's so custom. Ooh, I need to fix that though. So I ended up taking off the poly. I sanded it off with fine grit so that it didn't scratch the table. So our table is not coated. I have to be very careful with liquids, but to continue to have the look that we wanted without having to stain it again, that's what we're doing. It's kind of trial and error depending on your wood, but yeah, we love how it turned out. So that is our new breakfast nook vintage table. I'm excited to share this finished room with you guys once we get the chairs and the bench. But as always, if you guys liked this video, give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and follow along on social. And as always, I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you in the next video.